Welcome to Cryptic's second video guide. Here we're going to take a look at gaps between buildings and walls. And here we got a 0.5 gap between buildings and walls, and it passes 15 blocks vertically. As you can notice, I count the gap on each side of the wall. So here we got a 1 block gap, and it passes 16 blocks, which is 1 block longer. This increases, well, exponentially. So next time we'll have a 5 block gap between buildings and walls, which is quite long. Usually it's only 4 blocks, but in this test it was 5. It sort of changes depending on where you have it in the art, so these tests aren't conclusive, though I did test it at the center of the art. "17 blocks is pretty far, by the way. I wouldn't use this myself. Here we got a vertical wall with a 1.5 block wide opening, and it passes 15 blocks as we know. So basically this doesn't decrease pathing at all. Here we got the same wall, just going in a different direction. As you'll notice quite soon why I have included both directions. Here we got a vertical wall with a 1.25 wide opening, and it decreases pathing by 1 block. And again in a different direction. Now it only passes 13 blocks, and here it decreases pathing by 2 blocks, which is quite interesting, really. Here you got a vertical wall with 1 block opening, and it only passes 14 blocks. Again, in the other direction it passes 13 blocks, so that makes sense for now. So here we got a 0.75 block wide gap, and it passes 14 blocks, which is unusual long for this sort of gap, but as we saw in my earlier video, sometimes these distances fuck up in the uneven numbers. Here in the other direction it only passes 10 blocks, which is a bit more normal. And here we got a 0.5 block gap, half a block, passes 11 blocks in this direction, and I guess in the next clip it's going to pass 10 blocks. Now we got something interesting, 0.25 gaps, 1/4 of a block. It passes 11 blocks in this direction. Usually these gaps doesn't path at all, as you will see in this clip. They don't even want to path 1 block. They chew through. So you can't really count on those kind of gaps. It depends on where it is in the art. So here we got a vertical wall with a diagonal opening, 1.5 blocks wide. It doesn't decrease pathing, so we have a 15 blocks long wall. And again, we narrowed it down a little, so now it's 1.25. It decreases pathing by 1 block. So here we got a vertical wall with a 0.25 blocks wide diagonal opening. It passed 14 blocks, which is not unusual. And here we don't have a gap, or we don't have a overlap either, so they barely touch each other at the corner. Still passes though, just a regular opening, but narrow, so it doesn't path much. Now we got a 0.25 overlap. It still counts as an opening. And now we got a opening, a 0.5 overlap. It causes a chew 3 blocks away. And 0.75 overlap creates a ghost wall. And now we got a completely straight wall. This is exciting. Where will they chew? And again, a 0.75 overlap. And once again, a ghost wall. Those overlaps really hate me. And now we got a 0.5 overlap, and again a chew. But as you can see, you can use these 0.5 overlaps to create a chew, specific places. Now again, an opening, 0.25 overlap. They always count as opening, just very narrow. And now again, 0.00 overlap. So basically just corner to corner. They never work as a wall. Here we got a vertical wall with a 0.25 wide opening. And now a vertical wall with a 0.5 block wide opening. Not really that interesting, but I think it's good to have these tests out there. Though they aren't conclusive. It will greatly depend on where it is in the yard and what direction the monsters are coming from, so you really need to test your stuff out. And this is the last one of them. And this one doesn't decrease pathing. If I've left some of the test out, it's because they didn't made a difference at all. And now we got something a little bit different. We got a 1 block wide gap, but then we're moving the other wall around. So we got a diagonal opening. As you can see, they decreases pathing as a regular 1 block gap, at least in most cases. So here we got the last wall. It pathed 14 blocks, like a regular 1 block opening. I didn't show the rest of them because they path as regular 1.5 wide openings and they don't decrease pathing at all. But thank you for watching. Bye.